Good morning, children. Hope you all are well at home. Let's continue chapter 9, Air and Water. Let's check whether you have written all the answers correctly or not. First question is why we should not throw garbage in open. Answer is throwing garbage in open spaces will pollute our environment and spread many diseases. Question number 2. What is water vapor? When liquid water is heated, it changes into gaseous form. Water as a gas is called water vapor. Question number 3. Why do swimmers use swimming tubes? Answer is swimming tubes are filled with air to prevent swimmers from drowning. Question number 4. How do clouds reach from one place to another? Answer is clouds reach different places by floating in the air. In the previous session, we have studied about what is air. Air is a mixture of many gases. Air has mainly nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide and water vapor. Air is colorless, tasteless and air has no smell. We cannot see air. We use air for drying clothes, for filling toys, tire tubes, swimming tubes, etc. In this session, we will study about water, liquid of life. Children, can you tell me why do we need water? We need water for various activities in our day-to-day life. All living things need water to live. In fact, there is life on the earth only because it has air and water. Water is present in the river, sea, oceans. We also seen water flowing down in the form of beautiful waterfalls from the hills and mountains. It covered almost 70% Earth's surface and it makes our entire planet blue when we see from the space. Children, can you tell me where do we get water from? We get water from the rain. Rain is our only source of fresh water. All creatures as well as plants need water. Humans and animals live where water is available. That place is called water resource. River, tanks and wells are local resources, like to clean our body or bath, to wash clothes and to clean vessels, for drinking and for cooking food. We must use clean water to drink. Water is important for all living things like plants, animals and humans. We cannot survive without water. Let's see next. Where do we get water from? As we know, we get water from the rain. The rainwater fills our water sources like well, river, lake, pond, sea, ocean. Rainwater also seeps under the ground. It is called groundwater. Can we drink the water that is under the ground? Yes, we can drink it and use it for various activities. But how can we use the water which is inside the earth? Children, have you seen tube wells, hand pumps and wells? Can you tell me where water comes from in wells, tube wells and hand pumps? Water comes from under the ground. And where does water come from under the earth? Water comes from the rain under the earth. Children, you know, the rainwater falls on the earth, but how does this water reach inside the earth? Rainwater seeps under the ground, as you can see here. You must have seen that when water poured into the pot of plant, the soil absorbs water. In the same way, when rain, soil absorbs the water and that water accumulates. As you can see here, water accumulates inside the earth. Rainwater seeps under the ground. What we call the water that accumulates inside the earth, we call it groundwater or underground water. Let's see next. Forms of water. Water is found in three different forms. These are solid, liquid and gaseous forms. As you can see here, ice. Water is solid form. Water vapor. This is gas form of water. And liquid, which we drink. This is liquid form of water. Let's see first. Water is liquid form, which we drink. The water which we drink, it is liquid form. As you can see here, one child is drinking water. This is liquid form of water. You can see liquid water coming out of a tap, which we use for many other activities like brushing, cleaning, washing clothes, etc. Liquid water falls down as raindrops. As you can see in this picture, is found in well, river, lake, pond, sea and oceans. Let's see an activity. Take few containers of different shapes. Pour the water into all containers. You will observe that water takes the shape of the container in which it kept. As you can see in this picture, these are the different shape of containers. When we pour water into these containers, water takes the shape of the container in which it kept. This shows that water does not have a fixed shape. Liquid water flow easily. How can we understand that is solid form of water? And how liquid water changes into solid form? We will understand through an activity. Let's see. Take an ice tray. Fill water in it and keep it in the freezer of refrigerator for 5 to 6 hours. After 5 to 6 hours, what do you observe? The water has become ice. And ice is frozen in the same shape in which water was filled. Liquid water changes into ice, as you can see here. Ice is solid form of water. Can you give some more examples of solid form of water? Hailstone, snow and frost are also examples of solid form of water. Hailstones, frost and snow are also examples of solid form of water. Hailstones are a small ball of ice, as you can see here, that fall like a rain from the sky. Tiny crystals of ice that fall on the earth are called snow. As you can see here, everything covered with snow. Road, tree, houses. Frost, a layer of ice that can freeze over the things. As you can see here, like plants, windows and even spiders' web. The process by which liquid water changes into solid ice is called freezing. Liquid water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. The solid form of water has a fixed shape. It does not flow. Now we have seen how liquid water turns into ice. But when we take out tray of ice from the freezer, after some time how the ice appears, we will understand it by an activity. Take some ice cube and put them in a glass, as you can see in the first glass. Observe after some time. Do the ice cubes changes into another form of water? Yes, the solid ice changes into liquid water. This process of changing solid ice into liquid water is called melting. What is called melting. What do you do when you eat ice cream in the summer season? You eat ice cream very quickly, but why? Because ice cream starts melting quickly in the summer season. Smoke comes out from the top of the glass of hot milk. What we call it? When liquid water is heated, it changes into gaseous form. As you can see here, when we heat water, water liquid changes into gaseous form. And that gaseous form of water is called water vapor. Steam rises from a pot of boiling water. This steam is called water vapor. When you heat the water in the vessel, after some time you must have noticed that smoke appear on the top of the vessel. This smoke is water vapor. So what is water vapor? When liquid water is heated, it changes into gaseous form. Water as a gas is called water vapor. Let's see another activity. Pour some water in a glass and place it in the sun. Mark the level of water using the marker. Observe the water level after every 1 hour. Where does the water go? The water changes into water vapor due to the sun's heat. The process of changing of water into water vapor is called evaporation. When we heat liquid water evaporates quickly with bubbles coming out. This is called boiling. Water vapor is invisible. It means it is colorless, or it has no color, and odorless, or it does not have smell. It can flow easily like air. Water evaporates from wet cloths hanging on a clothesline. Water also evaporates from soil. Plants also release water vapor. Do you know, children, we also breathe out water vapor? Let's understand by an activity. Have you noticed, children, that when it gets very cold, then smoke comes out of the mouth? Have you ever thought, what is this smoke? We also breathe out water vapor. Stand in front of a mirror. Breathe out slowly about 8 to 10 times. On the mirror, what do you observe? You will observe that the water vapor you breathe out forms a spot on the mirror. Slowly, it starts appearing as liquid water. Do you know why? The water vapor cools down when it comes contact with a cool surface like the mirror. On cooling, the water vapor changes back into water. This process of water vapor changing into on cooling is called condensation. Let's see another activity. Take two similar glasses. Fill one of them half with hot water. Take another glass and place it upside down on the glass containing hot water. What will you observe after some time? We see that when we heat water, it converts into water vapor. If we cover a plate on a pot of hot water, the water vapor collides with the surface of the plate and cools down and turns back into the water droplets. This process is called condensation. Children, can you tell me what is water cycle? Water cycle is the movement of water between the earth and air, one form to other. We know the ice, water and water vapor are the three forms of water. The heat of the sun evaporates water from all the water resources like river, oceans, sea, etc. We have seen when we heat water, we see smoke above the vessel. As you can see in this picture, this smoke is called water vapor. Similarly happen in the nature. When sunlight falls on all the surfaces of water, water vapor comes out from all the water resources like oceans, sea, river, puddle, etc. Even plants also give out water vapor because water also present in the plants. Children, we have learned about condensation. In this process we see that when we heat water, it converts into water vapor. If we cover a plate on a pot of hot water, the water vapor collides with the surface of the plate and cools down and turns back into the water droplets. In the same way, when water vapor goes higher, the water vapor cools down to form small water droplets. The change of water vapor to water droplets is called condensation. These tiny water droplets are formed clouds. These tiny water droplets are formed clouds. As more and more water vapor cools, the water vapor in the clouds becomes so heavy and fall down in the form of rain, as you can see here. In this way, water cycle goes on. Children, can you tell me why water cycle is important for us? We get water through rain and never run out of water due to water cycle. Children, see these pictures. Can you drink this water? We cannot drink this water. Drinking dirty water will make us sick. When does water get dirty? When dirt, plastic, paper, oil, garbage and chemicals mix in the water, making it water polluted. Polluted water is not safe for drinking. These pollutants can make water look and smell dirty. What is pollutants? The harmful things that make water polluted are called pollutant. The water that we drink comes from the river. Today many rivers have turned dirty because of various human activities. Some of these activities are given here. Let's see. Some people wash clothes in the rivers. Some people bath in the rivers. Some people throw garbage into rivers. Some people bath their animals in the rivers. Some people dump harmful substances into the river water. All these activities add harmful substances to water and make it dirty. This is called water pollution. Polluted water unfit for drinking, watering plant, etc. can make us sick. We can get many diseases like cholera, typhoid, jaundice by drinking polluted water. Can you tell me, children, polluted water can affect plants and animals living in water? Yes. Plants and animals can affect by polluted water. Many plants and animals die because of water pollution. As good citizens, it is our duty to keep our rivers clean because dirty water harms and causes many diseases in plants, humans and animals. We know most of the earth is covered with water. If there is so much water on the earth, why are we saving it? Most of the water is found in the oceans and seas. Can we use oceans and seas water? We cannot use water from the oceans and seas as it has lots of salt in it. So which water can we use? We can get water for use from rivers, lakes and ponds, etc. If on the earth have so much rivers, lakes and ponds, then why we need to save water? When rivers pass through cities, plastic, papers, oil, garbage and chemicals mix in the water. Fresh water is very less, so we need to save water. What is conservation? Conservation is the protection of natural environment. Why we should conserve water? Water is very precious and we should use carefully. We should make efforts to keep water clean and not waste it. Children, can you imagine a day without water? What are the things you will not be able to do? You will not get water to drink and for other activities. Children, can you imagine what does the earth look like when we see it from the space? Yes, we can see the color blue on earth. But why? When we see from a space, we see the color of the earth blue. Because 70% of the earth's water is present. Children, can you think of the earth when there is not a single drop of water on the earth? Then what will the earth look like from the space? See how the earth will look when there is no water on the earth. Do you know, children, in some places, people have to travel long distances to fetch water. We are lucky to have water coming in our homes. Every drop of water is precious. We need to conserve water because... So what we should do to conserve water? Let's see. Do not waste water. Use only as much water as you need. Turn off the tap well after use. While brushing, do not leave the tap running. Turn it on only when you need water. Check for leaking taps. Get a leaking tap repaired. Use bucket and mug to take a bath instead of a shower. Do not leave the tap running while washing clothes and dishes. Use washing machine that does not use too much water. Reuse kitchen water. Use the water in which vegetables and fruits have been washed to water the potted plants. Do not throw away the water left in your water bottle, but pour it over some plants. Do not overwater the potted plants. These are some activities where we use water. Let's recall what we have learnt in this session. Water can be found in solid, liquid and gaseous forms. Water can change from one form to another by heating or cooling. Water cycle is a continuous cycle of changing one form of water into the other. Some human activities pollute water. Water pollution is harmful to all living things. It is important to conserve water because life is not possible without water. Now is the time for homework. Question number 1. What is groundwater? Question number 2. What is freezing? Question number 3. What is boiling? Question number 4. What is melting? This homework you have to complete in your notebook. In next chapter, we will study about soil. So thank you children. Stay safe and study well.